Is it possible not to fear the future? Honestly, I don't know. And anyone who says they do probably has something to sell. But I do know this. We're making it worse, way worse than it needs to be. And a lot of that has to do with what we're feeding our minds every day. Think about what you watched this week. How many disaster stories? How many videos about crashes, collapses, and chaos? Your brain doesn't just watch that stuff. It learns from it, it absorbs it, and it starts to see patterns. Our brains were built to spot patterns. It kept our ancestors alive. But today, we see the same disaster stories hundreds of times a week, and our brains do what they're built to do. They learn the pattern. They learn that everything falls apart, that people leave, that the future is something to fear. And then we wonder why we can't sleep at night. We think we're just being realistic when we imagine worst-case scenarios. We tell ourselves that we're thinking ahead, but we're not actually preparing for anything. There's a difference between having a backup plan and spending 3 hours imagining your life falling apart. Most of the time, it just stressed me out. I was consuming fear like it was entertainment, and for some reason I thought that made me smart, as if being scared of everything somehow counted as wisdom. Bad things happen. I'm not going to stand here and pretend they don't. We lose jobs, relationships end, plans fall through. Life doesn't care about your 5-year plan. But the things I was afraid of, most of them never happened. And the things that did go wrong, they were never the ones I spent all that time worrying about. Like Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And honestly, that couldn't be more true. So what do you actually do with this? Because I'm not here to just complain about the problem. You see, there are many ways to approach this, but I've found that a simpler method works best. I started paying attention to what I was feeding my brain. I didn't quit social media, I just noticed. I began choosing content that sharpened me, not scared me. I started focusing on videos and blogs that genuinely added value. The goal was simple: learn something new every day, even if it's tiny. That alone helped more than any world news ever could. Be honest about what you're consuming. Not in a preachy way, just look at it. If you're watching hours of content about everything that's going wrong in the world, that's what your brain is going to expect. That's not being informed. That's just programming yourself to be afraid. Stop confusing worry with responsibility. It's not the same thing. Planning is good. Having a savings account is good. Thinking about your future is good. But replaying disaster scenarios in your head at 2 in the morning, that's just suffering in advance. When you catch yourself spiraling into the future, ask yourself one simple question. What can I do today that will get me closer to my goals? What can I do that will not only improve my life, but also the lives of the people I love? Right now, in this moment, not next year. Most of the time, the answer is already there. The crisis in your head is imaginary. And once you see that clearly, you can stop treating your imagination like it's a documentary about your life. I'm not saying become delusionally positive. I'm not saying ignore real problems. I'm saying stop creating problems that don't exist yet. The future's coming whether you're scared of it or not, but the version you're afraid of, that's just a story. It's something your mind pieced together from everything you've seen online, in the news, and on your feed. It's not a prediction, it's just noise. You don't have to figure out the rest of your life today. You don't have to have answers for every possible scenario. You just have to handle what's actually in front of you. And you've been doing that your whole life already. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts below. And if you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Remember, the future only has power over you when you stop living in the present.